From your local source, WCJB-TV 20, this is TV 20 News at 6.
Good evening. One of the most well-known and beloved leaders of Levy County has passed away. Robert Philpott, a longtime high school principal, died early this morning.
Friends tell us he had complained of not feeling well, but they were shocked to hear the news. Philpott had served on the Levy County School Board since 2010. Before that, he was principal of Williston High School for 37 years. That's a school he graduated from in 1965. He's a Hall of Fame member of the Future Farmers of America. Fellow school board member Cameron Asbell tells TV 20 that Philpott was one of the most influential men I've ever known. The House of God became a drawing board for someone in Silver Springs, but this isn't the first time it's happened in Marion County recently. Churchgoers at St. Mary's Missionary Baptist Church were shocked to go through the church Wednesday night and find spray paint on the building. TV 20's Nico Clemens tells us sheriff's deputies say they're starting to see a trend.
Dave, Pastor Kenneth Brown and his wife Annie came up to the church Wednesday to get ready for Bible study, but when Annie Brown went outside to do some yard work, to her disbelief, she saw that someone vandalized the place where they go to worship.
They shouldn't do this to God's house.
It was a huge shock to a small church congregation in Silver Springs. When Pastor Kenneth Brown's wife Annie Brown saw spray paint on the church, she tried to piece together who could be responsible.
My mind went back to a racial issue. And then I said, no, it's probably just some kids playing around. I'm hoping that it's not a racial issue.
Marion County Sheriff's deputies went to St. Mary's Missionary Baptist Church Thursday morning and met with Church Secretary Doretha Taylor. Taylor says she didn't see the upside-down cross when she was at the church Wednesday morning. She believes someone did it between the time she left and when the pastor and his wife came up to the church.
Oh, everything was running through the mind, because people are so irritable these days. They do all kind of things and stuff like that.
St. Mary's Missionary Baptist Church was established in 1880 and rebuilt almost 80 years later. Church members say there's never been a problem here, but sheriff's deputies say church vandalism is becoming a problem in Marion County.
These kind of things shouldn't happen to churches, nowhere else. But it's just bewildered me to know that I attend this church that's been here all these years, and for someone to come and do something like this, it's just ridiculous.
Deputies say they have responded to a number of church vandalism calls and burglaries in Marion County within the last 6 months. Taylor says there shouldn't be any problems at St. Mary's because they're welcoming to anyone who comes.
You're not a Christian person, a person that know God and been in churches, different churches and know something about God. It's just wrong for you to do something like that.
The congregation hopes to paint over the spray paint before service on Sunday. Sheriff's deputies have made no arrests at this time, but don't believe the various incidents are connected. Nico Clemens, TV 20 News.
Let's take a first look at the weather now for north central Florida. And on a Friday, it looks like weather-wise, we're off to a great start.
Yeah, and on this bow tie Friday, we were certainly celebrating, Bill.
Yes, we are. It's St. Patrick's Day next week, so we're starting a little bit early, but we're going to enjoy it for today on Friday the 13th. Take a look at what we have on the sky cam for today. The clouds have been coming and going throughout most of this afternoon. We haven't seen much rainfall across north central Florida yet, but I think what's going to happen is very similar to what we had last night, with things developing later on after or right before sunset as the atmosphere cools just a little bit. 81 degrees right now, southeast winds at 12, humidity is at 42%. Cloud cover building in throughout most of the day, and storm vision has been fairly quiet. We do have some showers just off to the east and northeast of Jacksonville and off to the west and south of Tallahassee. We're probably going to see a little bit more rainfall coming in from the south. We'll see as that develops over the next couple of hours. So it looks like the weather headlines will be scattered showers and thunderstorms for the evening, isolated showers for Saturday and Sunday. Weather improving next week. Will it get better than it does today? We'll explain that coming up in a few minutes.
Well, they've certainly had the early luck of the Irish at Gainesville Raceway as the rain held off once more on day 2 of Gator Nationals. Qualifying began today for the motorcycles, funny cars, and top fuel teams. TV 20's Alex Browning is live at Gainesville Raceway to tell us why many of the fans came out today. Alex.
Yeah, Dave, it's a busy day here, day 2 on the track. As you can see behind me, the day's last qualifying race is about to begin. It seems as the professional drivers arrived this morning, the fans came along with them. Tents are pitched and coolers are full as day 2 of the weekend-long races began. The smell of nitro and burnt rubber filled the air surrounding fans at the 46th annual Gator Nationals as the pros hit the drag strip. Fans agree that it's an experience you just have to come out and experience for yourself.
Pro cars are here, and we just came out as a family to enjoy the Florida sunshine and lots of fun racing. Fast cars.
You just got to come out here and do it. Yeah, TV doesn't even do it justice. You have to be here and feel it.
That fan has been coming to the event since she was 12, never missing a race in the past 40 years. She says it's evidence of the history and importance Gator Nationals has in North Central Florida. Now you still have time to get a glimpse of what Gator Nationals is all about. Engines start tomorrow at 8 and run until 7 p.m. Races continue through Sunday. Reporting live from Gainesville Raceway. Adam will have qualifying highlights coming up later in sports. Alex Browning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Browning is okay. I repeat, he is okay. A man who threatened a tow truck driver with a gun in Live Oak yesterday is bonded out of jail. Timothy John Branham was arrested under the charge of aggravated assault with a firearm after getting into a fight with the driver who was trying to repossess his car. Branham's partner, Katie Jo Verts, went inside the car as it was being towed, while Branham threatened the driver with his handgun. No injuries were reported. Branham bonded out on $50,000 bail, and Verts was not arrested, but charges have been filed with the state attorney's office.
The deadline is approaching for Florida students to apply for a scholarship with the Alachua County Supervisor of Elections Office. Monday, March 16th will mark the deadline for full-time local college or university students to apply for 3 $1,200 scholarships through the Florida State Association of Supervisors of Elections. The office will review and select a finalist to represent Alachua County. Applicants must be registered voters. To find out how to get an application, go to our website, WCJB.com.
Covering the state tonight, Governor Rick Scott, along with Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, are directing flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of the victims of the recent military helicopter crash. Military officials have released the names of the 7 Special Forces Marines who were killed when a Black Hawk helicopter crashed off the Gulf Coast. The Marines were on a routine training mission in dense fog. The names of the 4 Louisiana National Guard soldiers who also died in the crash have not been released. Investigators are working to determine how 2 police cars were burned in northeast Miami-Dade County. Officers say they noticed the damage early this morning and believe the fire started about 5 a.m. at an apartment complex.
The Attorney General is now displaying a new way to catch criminals,
which may become a tool used statewide. After the break, we'll tell you about a new technique in catching crooks. Stay with us.
watching WCJB-TV 20 News at 6 with Paige Beck, David Snyder, meteorologist Bill Quinlan, and sports with Adam Solomon.
We are receiving breaking news at this hour. There has been a deadly car crash at East University Avenue on the 3500 block near Morningside.
According to the Gainesville Police Department, there's at least one death in the accident after a vehicle flipped over. All east and westbound lanes are closed there as emergency crews respond to the scene.
If you could see wanted criminals' faces or maybe a missing children's picture in real time, do you think it could lead to better success rates for law enforcement?
The Attorney General's office says if they prove to be successful, they will most likely be making a push for them statewide next session. Matt Gelka reports a new tool being promoted by the Attorney General's office is designed to do just that.
A recent sting in South Florida netted 15 arrests for human trafficking this week,
involving 12 counties throughout Florida. And we currently have 6 victims.
The investigation started with a simple traffic stop. Now 2 suspects remain on the loose.
Jose Centeno, his last address was Bonita Springs, and Alba Guzman, her last known address was La Belle.
Kiosks like this one could lead to the suspects being brought in. The Attorney General will be displaying and touting the Community Protector Unit in her office.
What it is, he puts up silver alerts, amber alerts, wanted people, runaways.
The 2 people still wanted in the human trafficking case are currently on the kiosks, with each one costing cities and counties around $3,000. There are currently 128 units across the state, with the majority in Marion County. Wakulla County in the Panhandle has 5, and Sheriff Charlie Creel says they're working.
We have had people that are wanted put it on there, and so far 40% of the people that we've put on there that are wanted have turned themselves in. And the first question they ask are, when are you going to get my picture off of that kiosk?
Besides Marion and Wakulla, Levy County, Flagler, Dixie, and Manatee have also started using the technology. In Tallahassee, Matt Gelka, TV 20 News.
If you are trying to make plans for the weekend, you need to keep a watch on the weather.
We had a good start today, Bill.
Yeah, we've lucked out pretty good with the rain chances being pretty low today. We're going to keep it low tomorrow, but still might be a chance as we head through the evening. We'll take a look at the storm vision radar coming up in just a few minutes. Well, you haven't guessed it yet. We're celebrating St. Patrick's Day a little bit early with our Bow Tie Friday. Next week, we're going to have another one since St. Patrick's Day is on Tuesday, and we'll have one next Friday as well. Today, we want to thank Janelle Hochins for sending this in from Gainesville. Nice sequin bow tie for today. If you want to get involved in Bow Tie Friday, send them on in to Bill's Bow Tie, 6220 Northwest 43rd Street, Gainesville, Florida, 32653. What do we have outside? Well, on the almanac, only got down to 66 last night, so some very mild air sitting around. Back to 84 to 85 for an afternoon high. We are expecting to see temperatures stay right in the low 80s all the way through the weekend, and the chance of rain fairly low, 20, maybe 30%, a little bit higher possibly as we head overnight tonight. And early tomorrow morning, we should see the rain coming to an end. Temperatures have retreated a little bit from the afternoon highs now. 81 in Gainesville, 82 in Ocala, on the 70s out at the coastline there. St. Augustine only at 71. Onshore flow keeping their temperatures down just a little bit. Jacksonville, 14-mile-an-hour winds there, as well as 14-mile-an-hour winds out of the south and the east in Ocala. And coming onshore over at Cedar Key. We'll see as this onshore flow continues here, we may see some showers developing along the west and east coast sea breeze development later on this evening. Now, it hasn't been too bad for the last couple of hours. A lot of cloud cover sticking around, but no rainfall here. Have been some showers back up to Tallahassee and then off the coastline of St. Augustine and Jacksonville. But we actually have a nice photo from Bob from Williston. Had a visitor, a bald eagle hanging out. We have quite a few bald eagles around. If you ever see them and get a picture of them, send them on in. Thank you, Bob, for that picture for this afternoon. Storm vision radar has been pretty quiet for most of the last couple of hours, but we're probably going to see some of this moisture. This is just some ground clutter now. As that moisture begins to build back up, we may see a few of these showers and thunderstorms developing over the next couple of hours through probably till at least midnight. They could stick around and move very slowly. So heavy rain in isolated spots, but a lot of areas not seeing any rainfall at all. There is some moisture back out to the west near Pensacola. Their temperatures have been kept down because of that rain finally moving away from New Orleans, heading off to the east. Now, as this cold front approaches north central Florida, we'll see our moisture increasing a little bit overnight tonight. So even though our dew points now are in the mid-50s, they're probably going to rise back into the lower 60s for levels overnight tonight. And that moisture pattern is going to continue until we get to next week, and that means some dry air moving in. For Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, we may see a slight chance of some showers. Temperatures outside across the southeast where we see the rain and the cooler air up through the Appalachians here in the 40s and 50s, 75 in New Orleans, 67 in Pensacola, and still in the mid-80s down in Tampa. The onshore flow is going to keep that moisture pattern going with the cloud cover sticking around with just a slight chance of showers. This front weakens quite a bit by the time it moves into north central Florida, and maybe some dry air late on Sunday, but breezy conditions again for tomorrow afternoon. Probably some wind gusts from time to time up to about 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. So here's what we expect to see happen. Up and down I-75 for a short bit this evening. Tomorrow morning, not too bad. Clouds going to stay around for both Saturday and Sunday, and just a slight chance of a shower on Sunday afternoon. 65 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm for the evening hours. 83 for high tomorrow. Partly sunny, isolated chance of a shower or storm late in the day. Small craft caution on both coastlines for tomorrow, and the extended outlook temperatures in the low 80s all the way through the next 7 days. Next chance of rain after Sunday will be Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Forecast fact for today, tree pollen season in Florida usually runs from January until June, be May, or see April. See how long we have to deal with this until June. But the pine pollen is almost done, just another week or so.
That's a good news for a lot of people I know are suffering from that. That's
one thing I'm allergic to.
Misery.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Thanks. Florida hopes the third time's the charm against Kentucky.
TV 20 Sports Director Adam Solomon has highlights and reaction to today's SEC quarterfinal.
That's right. The Gators really needing this win if they want a realistic chance at the postseason. We'll hear from Billy Donovan post-game, and we were out at Gator Nationals as well. Things getting loud today. The pros showing off the horsepower as qualifying has started.